persons who will wrestling only?
Yes, one by one. Not six together, one by one. Everyone will have 3.5 minutes. You know that the rules is 20 minutes presentation, 10 minutes questions and answers.
Excuse me, and when will be the voting?
Excuse me?
Voting. When you will vote?
They will, I don't know. I'm not ruling the IOC, unfortunately.
What are you doing towards the television to make it more attractive?
That's what these new rules makes this more attractive. But we have to do much more things. The singlets, the presentation.
Yeah?
Sometimes to show the way in, which sometimes is very interesting also. To take experiences from other sports. And when we make TV translations. And the medias will be very involved in all this process, because we need their suggestions to make our sport more watchable. And we did a lot to make it more understandable.
Are you satisfied with the work of TSE Consulting Group?
Of course. They presented their work and their future work for FILA just now, and I think that Bureau members were very impressed.
What are the kinds of sport the experience which you have like in Korea?
For example, the way in with the boxers. It's sometimes like a match.
What else?
The presentation when they enter the arena, when they enter the mat. Lights, everything, all the effects we can do from other sports, not from. We also decided, which is important today, and you forgot to ask me, MMA and grappling would be no more associated to the FILA Wrestling Federation. But we will help them in the meantime, up to the end of 2014, to make their own federations, and we have to face all the contracts we already had with them. But that will be added by the end of this year.
What is the reason?
The reason is that MMA, after the information we have, will never become an Olympic sport.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help us in our aim to be a member of the Olympic family.
And what are your expectations from the Congress on St. Petersburg?
I expect the Congress to adopt all these decisions. That's what I expect.
What about
Because without that, we cannot go a step further.
what about the system of competition?
The system of competition will be a little bit different. It will start earlier. There will be much more time in between the matches. But we keep the one-day format. But we will also make some tests during the summer, maybe with two-day format, but just test to see what's going on. And before we have to speak with the media about it. Because without the media, if our sport is not watched, it's followed by the media, the sport loses a lot of itself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, just follow on just a little bit. Japanese questions?
Yes. In Japanese? I don't speak Japanese.
So could we ask, what is the biggest change? What is the agreement of the biggest change?
The biggest change are the rules and the constitution. More women in taking decisions in our sport. More athletes participation. New commissions like Sport for All, Women in Sport. The new Athlete Commission. This is all in our new constitution. Also, the new rules. which are different, which makes our sport more attractive. We strongly believe. We also have to test them this summer, but we decided to start with them from Monday. And we will inform the Congress tomorrow about the rules. We will ask the Congress to vote for the new constitution. This constitution assembles all that I said before.
So could we tell us what is some of the major changes among rules?
Let's say no push-up, no draws. Everything must be decided on the mat and not by casino roulette system. We're speaking also by the uniforms for the referees and all this, but this is. Let's speak about rules. There will be 2 bouts of 3 minutes. The points will be
Cumulative?
added one
Cumulative, right?
cumulative points.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
These are the main changes. The details, we cannot enter into the details, but you will be fully informed after the Congress tomorrow, much better than maybe today. We want this Congress to empower us to be in better position the 29th of May and in the beginning of September.
So what is
If
your
we are lucky to pass the first step, in St. Petersburg.
So what is your prospect? Today's decision will be approved tomorrow. 100%, or what is your confidence?
I'm confident we decided all this together with no big differences among us. The discussion was very constructive, and I don't see why that shouldn't be accepted by the Congress.
Why didn't you change the weight classes? Why didn't you change the weight classes?
Classes.
No,
Woman
we are,
means for
no, we are not changing them now. We are speaking about the questionnaire for 2020 or 2024. That's what we are speaking about, because you have to understand we are still a core sport. In 2016, we participated in London. 477. All we speak about is 2020 and 24, about the new weight categories. We proposed in our questionnaire to the IOC about 666. 6 women, 6 freestyle, 6 Greco for 2020. But 2016, we participate on the Olympics as a core sport.
So
But we were recommended to go out as a core sport. Now we are competing to become an additional sport in 2020 and 24.
You have already proposed the 666 category.
Yes, we had to fulfill the questionnaire in order to participate in St. Petersburg. But in St. Petersburg, they are deciding about 2020 and 24. For Brazil, Rio, we are on the program.
So could we ask a question on the check because this is very crucial point. So you wouldn't change immediately, but 2020 you will change the 666. Is that right?
Yes, we participate in the old competition format in Rio. But this is what we proposed for 2020 to give more equity to women, to reduce a little bit the number of athletes, and to reduce significantly the number of officials.
So you mean that for 20?
We will keep the same number of categories,
Right.
18, like we have, yeah.
So
No,
next
for-
Olympic, right? And
Listen, I
2020.
see that you are not very informed, excuse me.
Okay. So,
Well, you never talked to us.
2016, nothing changed. It is like London. Now we're competing for 2020.
right.
In 2020, we proposed, in order to stay in the Olympic program, to follow the recommendations of the IOC. 6, 6, 6. Because now we have 4 women, 7 freestyle, and 7 Greco. In 2020, we proposed 6, 6, 6, 16 categories. 16 athletes per category, and 1 bronze medal, and the half of the referees that we had. In London we had 59 referees. You have maximum 30. And we also opened to other solutions together with the IOC. IOC remains our sole partner to solve our problem. We cannot solve it with anybody else. And so we are open to all further discussions.
When did you propose that at your IOC?
By fulfilling our questionnaire a month and a half ago.
That's not
that
matter to discuss here.
no, this is not to be discussed here. Before fulfilling the questionnaire, we had consultations among us. This was not discussed here.
So you have already reached agreement inside FILA.
Yeah.
666 is a proposal.
Yeah. It's a proposal. It's almost 1 month and a half. When we had to
The changes of the rules, when then they will be implemented. About no push-outs and no...
at least we decided to start with the new rules immediately. But we have probably, for certain, nobody invented the rules immediately good. We will probably be obliged to make some little adjustments and some little minor changes up to the 2014, let's say. Because now we have junior, cadet, and senior world championships in summer and autumn. Then we have Golden Grand Prix, and we have European Cups mentioned here in Moscow. So we'll, during those competitions, adjust our rules.
You will test them.
Test and adjust. And then 2014, we know exactly, we start Happy New Year with Happy New Rules.
So it means already this year you will start.
Yes.
Have you decided who's going to be a president?
That will decide the Congress. I am the candidate presented by the Bureau. And the Congress has to approve this decision or not.
Yeah, no, I mean, who's going to be the...
Listen, they can say no.
No, at the IOC presentation, who is going to...
The IOC presentation. Shall I tell you the secret?
Yes.
I cannot. Now listen, you have to help us and to give us the advantage of the surprise. And you have to write about us every day, every night. To help us.
So how to describe today's meeting? It was so long. It was conflicting or...
No, not conflicting at all. Not at all. Everybody understands the position we are, but we had many things to solve. You see, it's not easy. We're speaking 2 hours and a half only about rules. And for these rules, already work people for 7 months. And they are all world and Olympic champions. Former champions, coaches. It's very difficult. We were speaking about the Constitution. This Constitution is a long Constitution. And every point is important. So we knew that it will last long. I was expecting to be much longer, really. We finished at 9:15. Started at 2 though, so we worked 7 hours with 2 pauses, we worked 6 hours. If you only go to work, you work 8 hours at least every day. It was not long.
Well, speaking of vice president, well, this time you will not appoint a female vice president.
Not yet, because we will have Bureau elections in 2014. We will have adopted the Constitution only tomorrow. So I cannot appoint them today. I need to first the Constitution be adopted by the Congress, and then after the next elections, that will change.
So in 2 years,
And then they will be appointed. appointed because when we choose we also changed in the constitution. We had 18 bureau members with the president. So we have added one more place for women, which is we will have at least 3 women. Before we had 2. We have in the bureau. So this 3rd woman will be chosen in 2014. It would be not righteous to choose now a person to be a vice president, and then the lady who might be elected in 2014 has no chances.
So it means next year you will definitely appoint the female president.
Yeah, vice president.
Vice president.
Yes.
It
And it
is, it is today's agreement.
Yes, it's not agreement. It's just we have to follow the new constitution and the rules. Yeah. And all this has to be adopted by the Congress, this new constitution. Only we can speak about that from Sunday. Because today we worked and did everything following the old constitution.
We're watching the experience of such individual kinds of sports as tennis in creating the competition system, or maybe beach volleyball. They are very successful in TV questions in the organization. What do you think about that?
It's difficult to expect that we can organize our tournaments like tennis does, because it lasts 2 weeks with 3 times we have 3 times more athletes competing. So if we adopt their system, that will last 3 months. Because we have about 200 wrestlers per category on each championship. That means 600 athletes. So this is not the system. You are thinking about head of series. That's what we're thinking about, tennis.
Well,
our athletes cannot have a match every second day like they have in boxing. It's different. We can have much more matches during one day. The match lasts 5 hours. Our match can last 35 seconds sometimes, if the other guy is very good.
So let me clarify about the weight categories. So 666.
Yeah.
And have you decided? Have you proposed?
We propose, but this is subject to changes.
Any specific weight?
We proposed up to 125 in freestyle and up to 130 in Greco-Roman. That's what we proposed. But this is subject to change because with 6 categories of women, we are not at women. We had 74 maximum weight. We will not make 84 and 94. No. We redistributed differently the categories. In those categories, we have a largest number of athletes. And this is the point. That the categories we have the largest number of athletes to redistribute differently and to have smaller portions.
It's going to be decided.
It's already, it is subject to negotiation with the IOC, and we have to see now what, with the new rules, how the coaches will prepare how they will prepare the athletes, and the coaches, they have also their strategy.
So 6.
The strategy for the coaches is to win. The strategy for us is sometimes different. We want spectacle. They want to win. But we have to find a common solution, a consensus, that this sport is interesting to the fans and interesting to the media.
16 athletes for each category, and just only 1 bronze medal.
Yes, just 1 bronze medal. That means 1 medal less. That is may be difficult for countries that are not very strong in wrestling, but on the other side, we are speaking only about Olympic Games. We are not speaking about continental and world championships. We can have more wrestlers. We can distribute our medals in the way we want. But we can also adjust the system of qualification to the Olympics.
Are you really satisfied with today's discussion in terms of trying to remain in the Olympic program?
Yes, absolutely. That's what we wanted, that I was expecting, and I think we fully succeeded.
So are you confident now, at least by the end of this month, IOC meeting, well, wrestling will remain?
I was confident from the first day. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
So you're confident that...
Just one question. What happened to your neck?
I have a nerve inflammation due to a lot of traveling and the air conditioning in the plane. I fall asleep.
To try to keep your wrestling in the Olympic program?
I wouldn't say so. It's maybe my age. I'm not brand new, you know.
All right, thanks.
Thank you very much.